So I wasn't just trying to beat around the bush and give you a hard time. I wanted to make it clear that 1 minute of gratitude practice is better than like 100 research questions.
Oh, okay.
So you could skip these research questions, go practice the gratitude, and you would find out the answers. You would know, you would feel it and be like, that feels like enough gratitude for me today. Or, you know what? I think I could do that more tomorrow. And you'd start to know exactly how long to do it. And you'd try it and you'd be like, I don't think the evening's good for me. I'm going to try it at lunch. Like, you would get all the answers from a tiny bit of practice.
Well, I think a lot of us are overthinkers and overplanners. And as you know, I love my binders and I love my planning books and stuff. And so sometimes, not always, like you mentioned the swimming and the cycling, but since being an adult and learning these things, I want to make sure that I'm doing them right. And sometimes if I do things that just because it feels good to me, it doesn't feel like I'm correct, because I'm a person that likes to follow the rules and follow the directions. So like if I'm putting something together, I try to do it on my own, but I still read the directions.
I got you.
So this is why I have an issue. But like you said, I've had in the past, before we met, I fell into that category of taking in all the personal development stuff and all the self-help stuff and just reading it and acquiring knowledge, but not applying it to my life. And so sometimes when I'm learning something new like that, I can do the same thing. Similar when I was studying marketing, I did something similar too. So I'm glad you mentioned it, because I know there's other people out there like me. And so we don't want to be like this. We're here to make change. We're here on the channel for that. So
So do you think nature wants you to research gratitude a whole bunch? Or does nature want you to practice, get some hands-on things and find out what kind of gratitude works for you? And you'll find it like this.
Yeah. I think that's what...
Just like walking and talking.
Yeah.
Gratitude's a pretty natural thing.
Okay.
So the same approach you took to walking and talking is probably going to work for gratitude. I don't think you need a podcast to explain it to you. But all that said, I find that the easiest, gentlest way to get into gratitude is kind of the same way we approach washing yoga pants.
Okay.
You follow the directions, but if there aren't any directions, you just have to do the basics. Like, well, I'll just throw them in the wash, or I'll give it a shot, or I'll hand wash them or something.
Yeah.
So my version of the basic washing instructions for gratitude is to do something I call bookend gratitude or bookend thankfulness. Mm-hmm. It's where you bookend your day with a session of gratitude. So you write down 3 things you're grateful for in the morning and 3 things you appreciate at night, and that's it. That's where you start. If you feel inspired, you can go longer. A lot of times I'll start out with 3 and I'll end up with 30 or 300.
Yeah.
But it takes a handful of seconds to be grateful for 3 things in the morning and grateful for 3 things at night. And there are some nuances, different ways to do it or approach it. Some people refuse to write and they only want to do it in their head. I find that to be far less powerful, because writing takes your gratitude from the abstract mind and intellect and makes it tangible and physical and real. Mm-hmm. And by the end, when you're done, you have a giant list of things you're gratitude. You have a book full. It's very impressive and it proves something to yourself. But if you want to do it just in your head, I guess you can. Like some people type it.
I do both. So I have a place where I handwrite, and in the morning I do it in my head, and then in the evening time I type it. So I do a little bit of both. I mean, all.
Yeah, I love it. So I hope that gets people started.
Yeah, me too.